of Huddersfield, I suppose they play a similar type of formation, a 3-4-3. So tactically, how do you see this sort of game going?
They're not. It's not a rigid 3-4-3, Jim. You look at their movement of their wide players. Their forwards dropping in. They like to create a box overload in midfield. So they're a good team. They're well organised, and we've had trouble before in the last couple of seasons. We have to make sure we appreciate their strengths, try and negate those, and apply our own strengths to the game, Jim, because they are a good opponent.
And I suppose with Carlos Corberan, it's his second year now in charge of Huddersfield. A difficult year last year for Huddersfield, a lot of change. But does that show really that Huddersfield's long-term vision, that they stuck with Carlos and they're seeing the rewards of it sort of this year? They give him time where the other managers and other clubs wouldn't have got time.
No, I think we've talked about that many, many times, that time is the one commodity that managers and coaches are not afforded. And you're right. You think of how many clubs have knee-jerk reactions and move managers on quickly. If you want some stability and give them manager a fair crack of the whip, he needs time. And as Carlos has been afforded that, they were undergoing a transition last year in terms of some expensive players being removed from the wage bill. Undoubtedly, the Premier League budgets and Premier League wages, and they've had to go through that transitional period. And he's done a great job, Carlos. And they've appeared again this season strong. They've had a good start, consistent start. They are where they are. They go above us in the table, as I said earlier. So, at the moment, things are looking very good for Huddersfield, and we have to respect that and hopefully, as I say, impose ourselves on the game.
And is it the wide players like Slimani and Sorba Thomas where the real sort of threat comes from in this Huddersfield team, and the counter-attack maybe out wide, they've sort of flair players?
Yeah, he can do. Thomas Sorba's a Bournemouth boy, came from non-league. Slimani, I believe, was on loan from Norwich. They've got the likes of Fraser Campbell. They've got experience there as well. So, yeah, they're a very dynamic team. They have good rotation within their ranks. You look at, Hogg is out, but O'Brien is a very, very talented player. The young boy High has come in and done very well. They're a good team. Physicality, experience, the likes of Leeds at the back here. So we know what we face. Have no doubt about the quality and the challenge they'll present. We have to recognise it, as I say. Same old rhetoric, Jim. It's meet the challenge, deliver performance, secure the point. Simple as that.
And Mark, Charlie Austin back among the goals there recently as well. And I suppose for Charlie, I suppose that could give him that sort of momentum to get on a run. I suppose strikers feed off in terms of chances. Once they get the goals, they can sort of go on a sort of mini burst. And Charlie's pedigree, once he gets one, more are bound to follow.
I hope so. I hope you haven't tempted fate there, Jim. But no, all strikers want to score goals. They live and breathe for the goals they score. They work so hard. They can be hard to come by. Then they can come like a London bus. They can come along in 3 or 4 games. But you hope Charlie keeps on working. It was a good finish, good assist by Jimmy, but it was a good, very purposeful finish by Charlie. And most importantly for me, you saw what it meant to him to score again. He'd been frustrated not scoring. His relationship with the crowd was again very clear and very evident. And it's a nice moment. The second goal was key in that fixture. So pleased for Charlie, pleased for the team. And there's no doubt he won't be on a score sheet again tomorrow night.
And Mark, I know it's fairly early on in the year, and I suppose the table, there's a long way to go. But if you're looking at it at the moment, it's 6 versus 7. So 3 points in this could catapult one team up to around 3rd or 4th. Whoever loses might slip back to 12. So whoever wins, there's probably places to be made up, and whoever loses is probably going to drop places. So while you're so close to the table after the fixture, one of you could maybe move 3 or 4 places ahead of each other.
Yeah, but without being rude, Jim, think of what you just said. It's so close that yes, one team will lose the game, or maybe, it could be a draw. One team can lose a game, but then again, if you win the next 2 or 3, you'll be back in. That's the nature of the championship right now. It is so very, very tight. You'll have good days and not so good days. You try and get that consistency, but there's no doubt these type of games are the ones where you can put a little bit of daylight between yourself and the chasing pack. Beating Luton, they would have gone above us had they beaten us. So that puts, instead of being 1 point behind them, we're 5 points ahead. Likewise here, we've got the chance to go 4 points ahead of Huddersfield. They'll be seen as a chance of 2 points ahead of QPR. But it's very, very tight right the way down the table. So all you can worry about is your own team, the next game, Huddersfield, then we look at Derby, then we look at Stoke, then we look at etc. On it goes. But right now, a good performance tomorrow night is very, very important for us.
Cheers, Mark.
Thanks, Jim. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. Ian, over to you.
Morning, Mark.
Morning.
This time 12 months ago, we were kind of asking you about